I watched your fried turkey before I really even knew you well.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
That is great.
I've watched
that
the
is
fried
great
turkey
video.
For like 3-4 years.
Right.
I've been doing it
and then you
since
do the big turkey dance. That's what I'm looking
dance.
for. Like, what can I do with the turkey? Hello, world. This is the 811 crew. We are back. This is your boy JT along with
Ulysses, Slugger Glenn.
Sluggerific, my
We're
man.
outside.
Here we go.
We are outside.
We are outside. I'm looking for Santa Claus. I mean, this is a time
outside.
where it's getting cold, but I like it.
It is cold. It's very cold.
But I'm going front though. I like all 4 seasons of the year. I like a nice, crisp,
That's one thing I like,
cold day.
Yeah, it's one thing I do like about living in DC. You have all 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
You have all. It's not like in Ohio you have 2 seasons, either cold or it's hot.
Right. And even though I have my Washington Nationals baseball jersey on,
yes, you do.
Well, because we sucked so badly, but I'm really happy. We're going to be going to the World Series again next year. It'll be us and Cleveland. Do we play? Okay. Is Cleveland in the same division? Are you all in our same division?
We're in the American League.
Okay.
We're in the National League.
There we go. But here we are, though. We're in the middle of. It's going to be. We got the holiday.
You can't wear sports paraphernalia. No.
But what? Right.
No, you can't.
I mean, no. I was quizzing you.
No.
I was quizzing you.
No.
I was quizzing you.
No.
All right, you're right. You're right because it's the Nationals, and I'm like, we're in the American League.
Right. No,
we're in the National League.
We're in the American League. You are in the National.
We're in the Nationals League, even though we're the Nationals.
Right.
See, Washington has the dumbest names. This is what I like about this jersey is it's just got the W for Washington, and that's what we need to stay in DC. We got the W for the football team.
That's also a W for Walgreens.
You know what? Someone told me that.
Yeah,
a friend of mine.
I'm like, why did Walgreens sue them?
Well, you know what? You got to. I mean, maybe the owners of the Nationals could own some of Walgreens, but I don't know. We got to ask Roslyn Brewer.
It's the exact same W.
Well, a black woman is the CEO of Walgreens. We should ask her. I mean, next time we see her, she's in the DC area.
That's her CEO can be. We want to know the people who
design
who own Walgreens. I want the Walgreens family.
The Walgreens family, but it is like exactly the same. It is like exactly the same. And I feel like that's why I go to Walgreens. It's something about Walgreens. Like I would not go to CVS over a Walgreens. I'm just saying. I know we're waxing about talking about stuff. Anyway,
CVS versus Walgreens.
I mean,
what are we talking about today?
I don't know.
Well, actually, what we're talking about is it's becoming holiday time, and people are going to be with their families, and people have family members they haven't seen since last year. They probably don't want to see, but they're forced to see them, and you have those crazy conversations that especially if you have elderly people, they'll say things. If you ever want the truth, ask a young kid or as an old person. Between the two of them, they will say whatever. So, you're like, you have those awkward conversations. So, when are you getting married, or when are you,
right?
Where's your wife?
Somebody
your
thinking,
husband?
or some people that might think that's your daughter instead of your girlfriend, maybe,
right,
or
that's not good.
Didn't you have gray hair the last time I saw you, or you had hair the last time I saw you, and now you have hair.
And then if you've gotten married, they're like, "Oh, when's the baby coming?"
Oh, right. Or the worst one is, "So you're pregnant?"
Right.
Oh,
you're not pregnant.
You
don't
never
say
asked that. You never.
Oh.
Wait, I told one of my friends.
This guy has.
I told one.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
I'm shocked, but not surprised.
I'm not surprised or shocked. But I told one of my friends because they were going through fertility stuff, and she's like, it was a painful thing every time somebody asked her. So I gave her an answer. So the next dinner she went to, an aunt asked her, and she said, "Oh, I don't have a uterus anymore."
Oh, wow.
See that's
no more questions.
Yeah, that
from
shuts
anybody.
it all the way
That
down.
kinda,
That shuts it all the way down. That can either make people run away or make people come to you. Over 50, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You're like, oh no, you're okay.
They're like,
So I'm done with kids, and you are done too. But seriously though, the one thing about the holidays that I gotta say you mentioned is the holidays are great, but they're also a very tough time. I ain't gonna front that. I used to love the holidays and Thanksgiving and Christmas when my family unit was together and my house and everybody used to come. I used to love Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Right,
in the 10 years straight up since I've been divorced.
You used to have the best Christmas party.
Absolutely. I mean,
my God.
Facts.
You had a Christmas on Christmas Day?
The second Friday of December every year. We had
It was like Club Turner.
It was
no, literally. The DJ. You were in the basement. I mean, you're like, am I at Republic Gardens?
So you can still have a party like that?
Not like this.
No, not like this.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't even think people have. No one would allow you in their home like this. Like they had the right people. Like
we had the right crib,
the right people. But the fact it was just the right people.
Just a big open.
Because no one like it was no one you.
No one's stealing.
Yeah,
You invite people to your house. That
I
they
would,
steal?
but the amount of people that they had there, you're like, whoa.
We had 250 people.
There's way more than 250 people.
I mean, I don't know, but here's the thing that made what made good.
Wedding receptions have been much.
It's like I appreciate that, but there's one thing that made it
Harry
good.
and Meghan's wedding reception. Yeah, this many people.
Well, one thing that made it good that I will say is my ex and I, she would always be like, all right, well, who are we're going to inviting? So our strategy would always be we're going to invite 60 of our friends who are going to come with, a +1. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to tell our 60 friends to just let some other folk that they cool with know about the party and bring them. Because that makes it fun.
As many as they want?
Not as many as they want,
but
within reason. Like your close
couple,
60 people will bring somebody. And we always just say, yo, bring somebody we don't know, or bring a single person.
I was in the first 60 because I got to invite people.
Because
is
let's be honest.
Is that what people are like? Am I in the first 60, the second
well, you can
60? Or?
It's funny you can tell who was invited first. You're like,
could you tell?
Yeah, you could.
Oh, you could. Oh, because you ain't know the other people.
Well, you would know, but no, you didn't want to say anything, so people was like secret squirrel, like who's invited. And then, so you kind of knew who was, and so we're like, oh yeah. Plus, it would be like someone would say something about a babysitter. So you're like, oh, we're going to the same party. So, but the other people, they didn't say anything. Like I don't think.
No, it was fun. But I really do like. I like the intersection of people who know each other and don't know each other, because that must make us a party fun. That's one thing when you get married. One thing why parties get so boring is because who really wants to go to a party with a bunch of old married folks? I mean, I guess it.
That's true.
It's like entertaining. It's like
married
something to do, but it's not like fun. I don't know.
When we were younger, they were fun. Just now, people don't let you in their house anymore.
Oh, right. Well, see. Meanwhile, I was like, let's have somebody one day. And one story to Ulysses' point, we were out there and the party was packed, and I kind of stepped outside. When you're having a party just to get some air, by myself.
It was hot.
It would be hot, right? It was hot. I stepped outside, and these two brothers were walking down the street, walking down 16th Street. And they were like, yo. Is this for this party? Because the street was shut down. It was packed, like 16th Street. It was like a traffic jam. They were like, yo, what is going on? Is the party in here? I was like, yo, this party going on is hot up in there, yo.
You invited the guys off the street?
I said, yo, you should go in there. There's people in there. The food is hot. They were like, for real?
Now you talk about burglars.
We should go in.
There you go.
They probably
no, seriously,
they were
nobody stole anything. But they went in there, and then later on, it was a fun story when later on somebody, like they saw them, they kept saying, yo, thank you. They had drinks. They had some filet mignon. They had a little crab cake. They were like, yo, this is so great. Then later on, someone right in front of them, they were like, Jason, great party. They were like, cuz this is your party? They were like, yo, that is what's up. So anyway, man, sometimes you get, maybe some things were missing, but I don't know.
They gave parting gifts.
To all 200 people?
When you left, I got like.
Well, you were the 60 got a party gift.
It was like a cookie.
That's how you knew you wanted the 60.
I was like, wow,
you got that one little cupcake.
It was like a cupcake or a cookie or something.
I was
gonna
say candy cane.
No, it was like a cookie with their names and stuff on it. You're like, oh, this is nice.
Yo, thanks for that walk down memory lane, because those were some good times. But unfortunately, literally, Thanksgiving and the holidays has not brought that type of enjoyment to me like what you just described. Thank you for that. Really.
Oh, I'm sorry, but no,
I mean, it'll get back. But those were the good old days that I think back on.
I don't let other people define my fun for holidays. So yes, it's different now that I've had several life changes, but I still enjoy the holidays. Like for Thanksgiving, I fry turkey. I keep that tradition going.
I love that, bro. Oh, I love that. I love that.
Christmas.
I love that. If y'all have not, go to Facebook, to Ulysses Glenn, and watch him doing the fried turkey.
I watched your fried turkey before I really even knew you well.
For real?
Yeah,
for real.
That is great. That is great video.
For like 3-4 years.
Right. I've been doing
and
it
then you
since
do the big turkey dance. That's what I'm looking
for.
for. Like, what kind of do the turkey?
Wait, what was this turkey this year?
Queen Lizzie. Because it's always somebody that's famous that passed away. I try to make it fun.
So it was Queen Lizzie. Then last year, I forgot.
I think one year I had Aretha Franklin.
And then the other one, it was Donald Trump. When he first got he was like,
I had the Trumpy bear.
And I like how you actually make a little doll figure or something that represents them when they're alive.
I actually went and bought it. No, I actually bought it. I'm not that good.
You got it off of late night television, no problem.
No, I got it from Ollie's.
Okay.
I don't think they have that here. Okay. But the thing is, family gatherings. I remember as a kid we used to have them. There was never anything crazy anyone said in mine, but you see these memes or things on TikTok where they're showing these people at the Thanksgiving or dinner table, usually like the young 20-some-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
The grandmother's like, when are you getting married? And,
Right.
And the cousin will say, when's your macaroni and cheese gonna have
some cheese.
have
not
cheese.
get past American cheese.
Right. Like the answers are hilarious, but it is a time people haven't seen you. You know how the thing is, older people just say things they feel your family. I can say whatever.
Well, you know what? One thing too is with the holidays, it also brings up really serious things to talk about. We can talk about love, you talk about politics, you talk about money. Good things and challenging things happen when families get together. When we get back from the break, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about our poll question because we asked folks what they think about that. So when we get back, let's find out from Carmen what our folks think, and then we might get into what some of those tough discussions are when we come back.
All right, we'll see you.
811 crew, we are back. Your boy JT and Slugger. Yo,
We're back.
It's holiday time. This is a time
Jingle
it's
bells.
seasons greetings, but it's also seasons meetings. Sometimes it can be tough to talk about things when everybody gets together. It could be time to talk about some love, some politics, some money, all the good stuff. All the good stuff. Those are some of my favorite subjects. We could put race in there, but let's leave that out. For now.
Politics has to be, luckily my family's basically all the same. So there's never been where you come and someone's like, I can't believe Trump didn't win,
I'm a
nothing
Trump
like that.
supporter.
So that's never happened. But I take that back. Actually,
I was about to say you've lived in a red wave.
You live in Ohio.
I was like,
I forgot.
Wait a
Something
minute.
I
is
forgot.
happening.
I forgot. Someone did bring somebody once.
They had to.
Who was
and you had white friends.
right? I forgot. Someone did bring.
forgot.
It was
He
like,
forgot.
wow. I forget. Oh no, I have a lot. Yeah, but no. Someone in my family brought someone who was This is during the
A Trumper?
No, who ran against ran against Obama as a Republican.
Bob Dole. No,
McCain.
McCain.
Oh no, don't talk about McCain though.
I love
McCain
McCain.
was.
I
I
like
love.
McCain.
I love McCain.
I liked McCain, but you had McCain that ran against Obama.
That
is
was
not,
not
no,
the- that
that's
was
not
not-
the normal
no,
McCain.
that was
So
not.
we try to forget that. That's kind of like
I just remember when
carry-
45 said, I like people who didn't get caught. I was
who
like,
says that?
what?
Like,
No,
who's-
because I
that's
covered
crazy.
McCain, Arizona, and I said,
Yeah.
if he runs for president, I could
He's very
vote for
decent.
him.
I've said
But
that
And then
too.
he turned into something else.
He became a Tea Party.
But then he came back.
Then he came. Then he was
But
like,
they,
hey,
they
yeah.
pushed. I feel like they pushed him to
They
the
made
right.
Well,
him.
Sarah
Sarah
Palin and
Palin,
all
they
that.
had the whole-
Exactly.
Yeah.
But-
But he did defend Obama, so he was a good
Yeah,
Republican.
once he was like, wait a minute, yeah, I did like, yeah. So
Yeah. And I believe that we're coming back to that. I mean, the bottom line is that these extremes have been. If you look at politically, it's been an extreme. I feel like, and I think the pendulum has been swinging wide one ways, and
oh
I think
my
it's
God.
going to calm down
but you have to imagine, but that
once
family,
the Republicans figure out
family
who they with.
dinners,
Right.
people, I'm sure it's definitely a topic now because everyone now is a political pundit. So
Everybody.
you're gonna, there's grandma that's gonna have her opinion. She's still voting for Barack Obama. She writes him in every time anyway. Then there's some, then you have some.
But there's also been a lot of
I know.
things.
There's like 90
She's
year
just
old.
writing him in.
Oh no! Yes, I read a lot of political things. You're like, really? So that was just a wasted vote.
But there's could be a lot of times where you don't know. The fun thing about voting too is you don't really know sometimes where people are going to come out. Like I have been shocked at a lot of the older folks that I talk to, black folk that were super conservative. Like they like how 45 and others are on certain areas like abortion. Black folks. Some folks can be very conservative.
But I've actually been shocked when
Folks from the Caribbean, West Indians.
Caribbean.
Well, I will tell you.
My friends are from the Caribbean.
My friends from the Caribbean say Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Like Carib beer. It's not
like Carabana that they have in like
Caribana.
Yeah, but they spell it different than Caribana.
I mean, all I know is that the West
Okay,
Indians.
stigmatism.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you are not the one to
Look,
talk
Biggie.
about pronunciation.
Look, Biggie.
Right. Yeah. We will get back to
Inside
it in the
joke.
break.
I'm
In the break,
sorry.
we found out that
Inside
Sydney
joke.
does not know any Biggie Small songs, but that's okay.
No, we did not say that.
She's
You asked
never
me if
purchased
I
one.
purchased. Ask me how many CDs in my life I've purchased.
How many have you
Oh,
purchased?
CDs. Oh boy.
Well,
oh
I mean,
boy.
well,
Carmen doesn't
okay.
even know what a CD is.
Okay, a CD. Let's just say a CD, an album, whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe less than 5.
So you didn't have big stacks
You
of
didn't
CDs
stack?
and all that.
Nope.
So
I
you didn't
didn't
go
either.
on
I had
Saturday.
the book.
I had
Yeah,
the
I
book.
didn't.
I had the whole. So first of all, I would get
You had it
upset.
up in your visor in your car. You know?
So
I had a
here's
whole
my
book.
thing.
I
Here's
had a
my
whole
thing.
book.
I like such a wide genre of music.
So
You were
that
waiting for Spotify.
I can't ever figure out what do I want to watch. So I like the radio, and I switch my radio stations.
So that's all
But I
right.
like to be surprised.
Yeah, me too. I like
I-
XM. I listen to satellite radio. I never was a big radio song owner.
I used to go Saturday mornings. I would get up, go to the record store, then I would go to Borders.
The record store.
Because
There
because
you
they
go.
come out on Tuesdays. So by Saturday, I will have I will
We
have,
had the Wiz here in DC back in the day.
I would have read about it. Like, okay, this is good. It has this many mics. Blah blah blah. And it doesn't have to be hip hop. It could be pop, whatever.
Oh no, I was not that. That was not my thing.
Really?
That was your thing. It wasn't my
amazing.
thing.
Well, music. We kind of got off the topic a little bit with
Okay.
music, et cetera. But it's fa la 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 whatever. Yes, we're in that. We're happy
Another
times.
one.
We were talking about politics.
We had gotten
at
to politics.
at the
Right.
holiday table.
But I really want to get back and set up for our poll question. Of course, we got Carmen in the his ass.
Carmen's here.
Carmen
Yeah.
from Texas.
Meow.
Right.
Can we get a what?
Right. We got the Texan. Look at
Can
her.
we
Shoot
get
him
a
up.
what?
All right.
You know what? You know
Westerns.
what?
Sharpshooter.
You know what?
Right.
Can I get a what is right?
Did
Can
you
I
hear
get
me?
a
I just
what,
said,
what?
can I get a what? Can
But-
I get a?
But
You know,
my
that's-
favorite,
you know, it's
but in the
from-
off the break, one of my favorite songs
Yeah.
was "Grab It If You Love Hip Hop, Ladies Rub You." There's a poll question if folks know what the next thing
That's
about
the,
it
that's
is.
the
Yeah,
secret
we-
poll question.
100% of people gonna know what that is.
That's the secret poll
Except
That's the
question.
secret
Except
poll
Sid.
question, right?
Except Sydney.
But Carmen, tell us what was it?
I heard the clean. I was listening to the radio. I didn't hear
my
the other
God.
version.
Really?
Carmen, remind us what the poll question was, because I mean, all this is fun, but we did there's some really serious topics to discuss when the fam comes home. I know I got a couple that are gonna need to be discussed. Talk to me.
All right.
Yes, I'm gonna knock it to Slugger. I don't think I have the proper wording for it, so I don't want to mess it up for the people.
So
and
the
for
fucking
the
down, yeah.
audience.
What's the question?
The question is, da-da-da-da-da-da, how would you rank these tough topics to discuss with family over the holidays? Them being money, love, politics.
Thank you for that, Slugger.
Yeah.
Because I would have messed that up.
Oh wow.
I didn't. You know how you do shorthand in your own shorthand? You're just like,
Oh, people were.
I don't know what that meant.
That's the thing. That's the thing about being a millennial.
Right. Oh boy. You did vote.
Don't
though.
touch
you
it,
don't,
y'all.
You don't
touch
know how
it,
to read
y'all.
a ballot.
Y'all, don't touch it. Don't touch it.
I'm like a
Just
senior
move
millennial. Remember we
on.
had this conversation.
Don't touch it, guys. It's okay.
happened the other day. We were like,
keep moving.
You're
It's all right.
definitely not a millennial.
It's okay.
The poll
all right.
question.
We're almost done with 2022. Just let them have it. Just let them have it.
This will be my last year as a millennial. Because now I'll
Just
be-
let them
now I'll
have
be
it.
older.
And then in
Patience.
2023.
Patience, God,
there
patience.
you go. Yeah. So we got a lot of answers. I think it's pretty consistent across the board. A lot of people said politics was very difficult, then money, then love, and then we had a couple people say money, politics, then love. I think love seems to be the last on the list, and then money and politics kind of flips.
We
Yeah.
should have probably expanded the love part because we were talking off air. One of the things that which I didn't realize is that during the time, I guess you guys, I think you had said it, Carmen, that people kind of express their sexuality. They feel that that's the time, which I was like, what made you decide at, we're eating turkey?
Yeah.
How many Christmas movies have you seen though that they come out at Christmas?
I have something to tell you.
There's a couple of them on some streaming platforms right now with some actors who themselves have come out.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And they show up and be like, so I'm your roommate? I'm your friend? And they're like, yeah, I haven't told my family that I'm gay.
You're like,
You
you're 40.
have now, right? There we go.
You're 45.
And then
We've seen you.
Mo
My
brought up a
goodness.
film that had a scene with a black family, and he did the same thing with the black son. He was like, this is my boyfriend. And
A black film.
yeah.
Oh wow.
It was a comedy, and they were like,
Guess who's coming to dinner type thing.
no, not really.
Medea.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it, but
What is Medea like a bad word to say?
oh,
these days?
sorry, the film nerd in me was like, yeah. Sorry. Sorry.
But
Moving on.
You can't talk about me. There's a platform for that, and there's people that.
Yay!
And he's actually done a lot for African American actors and actresses, so he's given them careers. It's not my platform of films I would watch, but
Yeah,
I think
I don't
I
watch
just
many
like
of those.
seeing
Dude, you
black
have-
people making films and making money.
Yeah, I love.
And
I mean,
then
Tyler
building
Perry
major
get it.
studios,
Yeah,
bigger
I
than
see.
most
Major
studios
studios.
in Hollywood.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
that is balling out, etc. But you know what? I think a difficult conversation on the political tip. I would love to be at that good old ronky tonk, like back in Arkansas when the family's having conversations about Trump and who wants to how do we make America great again?
And
like
I'd
they're-
love to have an interracial couple at that table, like a black man at that
Okay, but
Arkansasian.
or even a more moderate Republican, like the
Yeah.
child of one of those Republicans who
I
is like,
actually-
how could you all support this dude?
I always have some.
Because
I'm
you're from
Twinsburg.
Ohio,
right?
Yeah.
You're Ohio.
So I
You mean you have
What is the
people
Ohio
that are
thing?
Republicans?
So I actually have a friend who's a Republican Trump supporter.
You have many of those.
Whose grandchildren are of color. So, and that's one thing I had to. So I'm assuming I'm going to. Yeah, I don't think he's a racist person or anything like that. But because he accepts his grandchildren, his children's spouses, and everything. You see them at the table, so it's a.
And I'm not saying that anything
Yeah,
Trump
so
is
I-
racist. I mean,
it's-
we're not talking about race. I mean, Herschel
I
Walker, he don't seem racist to me, and he's
don't-
with Trump.
He seems something else.
I don't know.
He seems something
Wow.
else.
I don't know Herschel Walker. Like Herschel Walker makes me not even want to say I've been to the state of Georgia. Like I don't think.
But his
It makes
taxes
me-
say he's in Texas.
And he said the other day, my home in Texas.
Yeah,
Right.
Really?
his taxes
Oh,
are
yeah.
in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Right. He
there's a-
said that about the election. I mean, the election. Whoa. I mean, did you see Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz when he said that? Lindsey Graham got interested in the conversation.
What
He
did
thought
he say?
Herschel was about to come out. I promise you. He picked you up. He was like, Herschel, what you about to say, boy?
What did they say? Wait. What
Oh,
did
you missed that?
I missed it.
I'm totally.
I'm like,
Did
what?
you miss that?
I'm like,
Yeah, I
what?
missed
Oh,
that.
that is a new.
He
So,
does lots of press conferences. Please watch.
oh my gosh, you need to find that on YouTube like immediately. So last week in a big political rally, Herschel Walker was sitting in between Lindsey Graham on
Yeah,
his
I
left
remember seeing that,
and
yeah.
Ted Cruz on his right. They were
Right.
sitting there all snugged up. It was just like and Herschel Walker was talking about the importance of the erection. I mean the election, and he said erection instead of election. And Lindsey Graham, they both were like,
Oh, they did like we did.
yes, they
Whoa.
were like,
God,
whoa,
what did you say? I was like,
exactly.
That's my favorite pastime now. Is watching him. I'm like, dang, I can't believe
Dude
people are
is-
like really like, yeah, we should put him in there.
Right. I
Keep voting for him.
Especially when the control of the Senate is lost. So now you're just gonna vote for an idiot just because? Like, come on, man. Like, I can see voting for an idiot if we're gonna win, but we're gonna lose and have him?
I actually
Come on, Cletus.
I actually want to take back my Freaknik years. The fact that I was in.
No, you don't.
Because if
Because what?
No. We
because
can't
actually-
hold that against the Freaknik years.
Because they're actually thinking about people. Actually, I mean, we're having a runoff. It doesn't matter.
You know what? You're not going to bring that cancel culture in here, buddy. Okay, what we're not going to do
We're
is
having a
cancel
runoff.
when the
People
Freaknik
actually-
lives, okay?
I'm like,
We're not going to talk about
people
Georgia. We're
act-
not going to throw
people
Georgia out like that.
actually- I'm not,
I finished high school in
understand,
Georgia.
if you're Republican, if you're Democrat, whatever you are, but at some point, no one said, hey, I don't think this person's representing me, anything. I mean, the
You
times
couldn't
I've heard,
find somebody.
I mean, nobody. There was no.
Nobody else.
You all, I mean, nobody. They couldn't bring Armstrong. What Armstrong?
Somebody.
Michael
Some black
Steele.
conservative.
Michael
Somebody.
Steele
Michael
down
Steele
there.
could have got
He
some
coulda
news.
gone down
Oh my
there.
God! But they worried about him now. Michael, I don't know which
Well,
way
he's
on the
kind-
aisle
yeah,
he
he
is.
may-
He
he
is
may have
truly
gone too
independent.
deep.
Yeah, well, he's
Yeah, I
he,
can't,
well,
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
it's all about which Negro you can control. They can control that Negro.
Well, no,
I don't know if
Yeah.
Michael Steele is controllable like
That's
that.
what I'm
I like
saying.
him.
That you can't
He
control
was.
him.
So-
Touche, right? That's why he can't be in there.
That's why we can't put him in.
What if Herschel got in
No.
there? He'd be like, "I got the ball now. I'm good."
He was no. Michael Steele was controllable when he was over the RNC, because he was completely he was completely controllable. That's when he fell off. And then when they got tired of him, they just threw him out to the wolves. And then he was like, now I got to come back to the black church. Like, when they come to the black church, baby, we're gonna take you back. We know you was a redheaded. Now he's back. But
That's
the conversations, even you have to be able to laugh and respect other people's opinions, regardless of what it is. Regardless if it's politics, if it's love, if it's politics. What was the other one?
And the definition of
money.
Money. I can't imagine how I'm broke. I mean, I'm going to ask you.
Think about it. If you come home and you're a college student, or let's say your parents can say, "So, cutting the food. Have you got a job yet?"
Yeah,
No.
my parents.
You paid for me to get here.
I'm gonna put my dad on Front Street. My sister is a public school teacher. We all know how much a public school teacher makes. She's gonna be like, "So, when you gonna, make some more money?" And I'm like, "Dad, she's literally a public school teacher
In Texas?
in Texas."
Yeah, because in D.C. they started 86,000. Probably not that in Texas, but I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just putting that out there. The teachers make money in D.C. Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. But anyway, I really also money is something when we get back here for next break I want to talk about, because this is something that is very sensitive. It's something that's very sensitive, to me. You hear many stories about families losing their assets. People, many times communities of color, but people in general not having those conversations about family assets, what comes next. Real estate planning and in building wealth and transferring wealth. I think especially as Black folks, we gotta talk about the money. Mm-hmm. So when we get back, I'd really like to talk about how we discuss that among other things, because the money is serious. 811 crew, we hitting all the topics. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
All right, 811 crew, we are back, and we've been talking about love, politics, and now we got to talk about the money.
Yeah, the money.
Money. And I was saying, over
money,
Thanksgiving, or just in October, really, I went out to Texas. My dad lives in Texas, and I was really. It was a really good trip out there, and the reason we went out there is he was having. He said, "Hey, Jason, I'm getting older, even though he, in my opinion, he's like 58. But he was like, I'm getting older, and I'd like you to come out here because I've got my account set up. I want to do the power of attorney thing. I want to show you where everything." And I was like, "Wait a minute, Dad. I mean, is everything okay? Why are we having this conversation?" Really alarmed me. But when we went out there, we went to his banks. I signed this paperwork that one day, hopefully, that hopefully he will go before me, or but that's the way it's supposed to be, right? That's the way it's supposed to be. She was like, "Well, Mr. Turner and me, one day when that happens, you will come into this bank and you have signed this. You see where you signed here. You will sign on this blank line, and that will transfer things." And I literally looked at that line like wow, that is some crazy ish. But it was rough, but it was so, both my dad and I felt so good that we have a plan and our stuff is together, that things can pass seamlessly. And I wonder, have you all had those types of conversations?
Oh, my mother has a whole booklet that she.
Oh, that's hot.
I even know the songs that she wants.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
I'm expecting that families with Winnebagos have such plans.
Well, we do. Well,
you probably have a video. Though.
Right. Right. I mean, how did the rental properties, convey? I mean, let's talk about it.
Okay, so we do have we have a family crypt that we're all
a crypt,
like a crypt. So my grandparents, great grandparents, we have our funeral stuff. I even have mine. But I won't let them put my name on there.
Oh yeah,
it's just I don't need.
Yeah.
But if you go there, you'll see other people's names and the year they were born, and just in the dash and nothing.
Right.
I was like,
so you know where you're gonna end up.
Yeah, I know that.
I
know where I am. My dad,
right.
Because my dad, because this is on my mom's side, so my dad's now will be buried with my mom's people. It was like, oh, okay. So my son's there, everything. Right. So it puts you in the wall. So,
yeah.
But actually, we're doing
in the wall, not in the ground.
Yeah,
that's a crypt.
That's a crypt.
That's a crypt, right?
That's
a crypt.
Yeah.
Right, not a crib. I want to be cremated and spread over. Right. Rock Creek Park.
All the places that I'd want to be.
Okay.
Because I don't want no bugs getting in my.
See, that's why I'm in the crypt.
But you got to pay for that.
You won't smell as good as you do now. Though.
Actually, there's since there's it started with my great grandmother and her husband. So there's so many people there that we have like a discount.
I love cemeteries just because I love history. I really do.
Like a
I know it
discount.
sounds crazy, but
They
I
do.
love looking at the cemetery,
I
seeing the
hate
dates and things.
cemeteries.
Yeah.
I hate cemeteries because people worship the ground and the people aren't there.
They're
Their
not
spirit
there.
is not there.
They're
Their
gone.
spirit's not there.
Gone.
That's why, take me, float me in the air, feed me to the fishies.
I don't want
Keep
to waste.
life.
Okay, I don't know. Cremation just seems so like they burnt me up.
Right.
You're
right.
gonna be in. You'd rather have your. I
don't
mean,
know.
most people, their bodies do go in there, and then the bugs get all in them and eat them. The flesh.
Now, see, but who cares? Ash to ashes, dust to dust. But one thing on the money that I want to ask you all about too is with Christmas gifts. See, I think the holiday season also is stressful because there's all this money that you're technically supposed to be spending. How do you all handle that? Like, are you stressed out about that? Do you make a big Christmas list?
make a
Do you
list.
set a budget? You do?
Yeah, I make a list of who I'm buying gifts for, and then I just go on from that. But I also buy myself gifts. Before I buy gifts for other people, I buy myself things. Why would I spend all my money
That's
on
very
everyone
good.
else? All the time.
Right. You put the mask on yourself first. I
Exactly,
like that.
yeah.
I like that. Well, next week I want to talk. Next week I would like to talk about how you handle that with your kids because I'm still in the throes of trying to decide: do I just cash app these mugs some money, or do I put some thought into something that will mean something to them, but maybe not for 20 years? So
My family makes stuff.
that
That's
is
right. You said that.
We're gonna have a Who Christmas where you just bring your love of whatever you make. It could be a card. It could be
really?
something.
Can you make me some Louis Vuitton luggage?
Sure.
I can go to Georgetown and find some for you.
I can go and print something off and put it on a sticker because I'm a crafty girl and I'll get a little luggage and there you go.
We could put LV all over you, bruh. Anyway, next week we're going to be talking about what are we going to talk about
Next week, we're going to be talking about, it's the end of the year. We're going to start talking about New Year's resolutions.
New Year's resolutions,
goals,
intentions.
If so we're talking about, if you make New Year's resolutions, if you don't, your reason why. Whatever.
I'm thinking I'm going to try to solve the resolutions I did in 2022. I don't know. Or maybe 2019. I got some I ain't done yet, but
I got a few. So
come up with some new stuff.
Well, look, family was good. Great 2022.
Yeah.
Have good combos at that dinner table.
It was great talking with y'all in 2022 as well. I mean,
I do accept gifts.
What'd you say your cash? You've given people what the cash that was.
I think it's Slugger Glenn.
Oh boy.
I think
I want to
Slugger
see.
Glenn.
I'll send you $1.
Yeah, Slugger Glenn.
Okay,
yeah.
and then you send me $1. 811 crew. Happy
We're
holidays, y'all.
Happy holidays.
We are out.
I like gifts.
Let's go, pick your feet up though. Let's go, pick your feet up though.